Yo guys, sup? I'm Kabrutus, and well, some people have been asking for my opinion regarding this piece of video, this clip. This girl is named Alana Pierce. All I knew about her is that she likes Halo and that she worked on God of War Ragnarok. I think that she still works for Santa Monica. I think that she's still there. I'm not sure. I just think. And well, in this clip, looks like she's talking about the Elden Ring DLC. And well, people want to see my opinion about this. People have been asking me about this, but I decided to go to the original video because that's how I am, guys. I like seeing the context. I don't like, making conclusions out of a 20-ish second clip. So let's give her a chance. I want to see what she has to say. Of course, you're not gonna watch the entire thing. It's just too long for that. But well, let's hear a little bit more. Okay, so
I have never understood why players would ever argue against more customization options. So this is the second half of this video where I'm going to talk specifically about accessibility and even just a lot of people really not understanding the conversation about accessibility in Elden Ring. It has been brought up various times across various mediums by various people that Elden Ring is not, or FromSoft games in general, are not particularly accessible to disabled players.
accessible to disabled players. Okay. I mean, by disabled, probably she means people who have like physical conditions, right? It's probably like, yeah, I think so.
Asking for accessibility, I'm not actually asking for an easy mode. That isn't the intent.
That's good. That's a very good start, Miss Alana Pichara Alana Zard. Oh, anyway, that's a very good start. Okay, so she's not asking for an easy mode. Thank you for that.
Here's the thing I want to spell out where accessibility
Because Elden Ring is already too damn easy. I mean, at least the base game, except for Malenia and some very specific bosses. Anyway.
is concerned. People who are disabled, I felt myself doing it, I'm going to do it, is another tangent. There are also multiple kinds of disabilities, especially where gaming is concerned. There are long-term disabilities, there are situational disabilities, there are temporary disabilities. It counts as a disability where a video game like Elden Ring is concerned if you have a kid. You have a 2-year-old, you're trying to play Elden Ring, you can't pause. That is a situational disability that you have, where the game not having the option for you to be able to pause, for example, is a hindrance for your particular disability, a situational disability. You may need to pause to stop your kid from putting a fork into a socket, a power outlet. In Australia, we call power outlets PowerPoints, but when I moved to the US, I got bullied for that because people thought that I was referring to like a PowerPoint slideshow, so...
Okay, so I see the problem. I see the problem here. So she is saying that having kids, having to deal with kids is counted as a disability probably in terms of game development. Well, first things first. No, I disagree with you with the pause thing, with the pause feature. Hey, if you are playing the game, let's say you are playing Elden Ring and you are facing a difficult boss, well, you just gotta let your character die and save your son's life. That's called priorities, right? So doesn't matter, hey, if you have kids or not, you can just, leave the controller and do what's important. Your character will die, yes, he is, but I mean, whatever, you can just get back to the game and keep going, keep trying to kill the boss, right? I mean, it's not like the game is gonna be game over. No, it's not we are not in the arcade times anymore. So you can die and keep trying as much as you want, as much as you like. So I'm sorry, but I really do not agree with the pause feature. In my opinion, Souls-like games not having a pause is actually a good thing. It illustrates how you gotta always be paying attention to what you're doing. Always be watching your surroundings, because everyone who have finished a Souls-like game, either it be Dark Souls, Sekiro, Bloodborne, or Elden Ring, or Demon Souls, everyone knows that no matter how high level you are, no matter how strong your character is, if you do not know what you're doing, you will not succeed. You can get killed even by the very first enemies in the game, in the very beginner areas. So yeah, I do not agree. I really do not agree with this statement. Now, keep Souls-like games without a pause feature. That's my opinion. And regarding the okay, let's hear it again because I talked too much.
There are situational disabilities, there are temporary disabilities.
Temporary disabilities.
It counts as a disability where a video game like Elden Ring is concerned if you have a kid.
Yeah, so she's claiming that if you have a kid, it counts as a disability for a game like Elden Ring. Is that what you say? That's what I got from. I mean, that's what I understood. Well, let's say she's not trying to give the idea to say that having kids is a disability. Let's say she's not doing that, okay? Which I'm willing to believe. Okay, I'm willing to believe in that. At least you gotta admit, Miss Alana Pierce, that you phrased it in a very bad way, right? You should have been more specific, especially regarding to kids and and families, and talking about the subject. And also, you claim that it is considered as a disability. You should also, if you are going to mention something like this, that having kids is considered as a disability in the game development environment. So please offer us some, how can I say, some evidence of that. Because if you say this and let people think whatever they want about what you said, then, then this kind of stuff happens. Do you think Elden Ring is busy because I have kids? Do you think she's the type of chick by handicaps on because she thinks having kids is a disability? I don't know if she thinks that having kids is a disability. I really do not know. And I'm willing to believe that she doesn't think like that, right? She doesn't think this. But Alana Pierce, you should have been more clear with your statement, and you should have offer some evidence about your claiming. Okay, that's my opinion. And though people saying that you claimed that having kids is a disability is a consequence of your you phrased it very badly.
It's a socket, a power.
Okay, so
for example, is a hindrance for your particular
let's just hear a little bit more.
Disability. You may need to pause to stop your kid from putting a fork into a...
You don't need to pause. You can just leave your character there to die, and you can get back and try at the boss again.
Socket, a power outlet. In Australia, we call power outlets power points. But when I moved buttons, if you're playing Elden Ring, the third, you temporarily have trouble playing video games. You would need something to help you press certain buttons if you're playing Elden Ring. The third one, long-term, people who have long-term disabilities. That I do. I have tendonitis in both of my wrists from playing too many video games. Unironically, that is a thing, from tapping too much. That means any rapid button mashing in any game, I'm going to have a lot of trouble with unless there are accessibility options to prevent that. It's part of what I worked on God of War Ragnarok. That's part of why I made an accessibility award show to highlight this particular thing is I have a lot of trouble with fighting games. I have a lot of trouble with any game that's really button mashy. If there are too many button prompts, I'm going to be in pain and have to ice my wrists afterwards and not really be able to play it. And here's the thing about accessibility in Elden Ring.
Okay, so please just don't. I mean, I'm not against the games having more accessibility. Of course, I'm not. I'm all for it. I want anyone to be able to play the game, but please do not dump the game down because of this. That's all I ask. For example, I know that there are some games that have a invincibility mode, it's literally a sheet that you can activate on the options because of people that have disability. I don't know. I don't agree with this kind of stuff. This is just my opinion.
Where any of those things are concerned. I think there's a misunderstanding that people...
Oh, and by the way, I'm not saying she said that, okay? I'm not saying that she claimed that the games should be dumped down because of disabilities. I'm not saying, just to make it very clear.
People think disabled gamers, whoever else, want an easy mode. This is not the case. It's that the appeal of Elden Ring being really fucking hard is also appealing to people with disabilities. They too want to play the extremely hard game that is very, very hard for them to beat. They're not
Okay, so yeah, let's stop right here. I mean, the video is too long, and I don't want to watch the whole thing. I think that I know I got the point already. I just do not agree with Elden Ring being extremely hard. Girl, you gotta play Sekiro. If you think the Elden Ring is hard, just try Sekiro, girl. But yeah, I have yet to finish the DLC. I didn't kill all the bosses in the DLC, so maybe if I, when I finish the DLC, I'll change my opinion. Who knows? Anyway, that's the context. That's my opinion in the subject. She should have phrased better, her statement better. And please, Miss Alana Pierce, if you ever watch this, show us some evidence that having kids is considered a disability in the game development environment. Okay, so well, that's all I had to say, and ciao, ciao.